like and before you started using?
Well, Matt, I started using when I was a teenager. So, what life was like then was pretty much a child. But I will say I was a very, very shy child. One of those kids that hid under their mother's dress until they were older in age. Very uncomfortable in my skin, which I know most people go through. I just sort of took it to a very extreme level. So naturally, when I started drinking, and because alcohol is my drug of choice, I my inhibitions went down immediately, and it was the solution of all solutions, that quick fix that just changed things around immediately. And I rem-
How old were you when you first started drinking?
when I was about 15, just typical teenage party things, trying to break the rules a little bit, sneak out, just rebel a little bit in being a little bit older and having independence and different capabilities as an older youth. I do recall in college later, though, when I was about 19, I realized I really like this in my life. I really love this. This was the end all be all as far as enjoyment goes. And I had told a friend of mine, I'm worried when I turn 21 because I know I can just go to the liquor store anytime I want.
Turn the goose loose.
Yep. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. And I almost reverted back to that really shy person, but now I was that shy person drinking. And so that led me to be a really isolated uh, alcoholic.
When you drank, did it make you feel like empowered just within yourself? Like the confidence that you were lacking when you were young, did you find that?
It made me feel mature, like I was succeeding at something, that I could go to work and come home and have a drink because I'm old enough to do so, because I'm sophisticated enough to. And even if I'm doing something simple as cleaning my house or watching TV or hanging out with my dog, I'm doing it with this extra spark, with a little extra flair to it, because I have a humongous bottle of wine sitting next to me. So that became very, very routine. And then, of course, as it develops, there's other things I find enjoyment out of it. Now I enjoy that the people at the store know me by name, that I don't feel self conscious going to a liquor store, that I fit right in there. Because a lot of times that was the only social contact I got throughout the week.
What was the thing that what was the defining moment that made you decide like this is it? I need to stop doing this now, and what was the first move that you made?
Well, I wish I could say I just had this like beautiful revelation that everybody's going to come to, but in reality, I was really just trying to get out of the house. I was trying to just get a little bit of peace in the house, and I knew that I needed to not be around or in order for that to happen. So I really was just trying to get others off my back,
So you're
really.
talking about your most recent rehab stint?
Yeah, so I ended up going to rehab. I had told my husband, because I had detoxed a couple times at home, which uh, I don't recommend, especially somebody like me that had a physical dependency. Medical guidance is important. So, anyway, I had told my husband, okay, the next time if I drink again, I'm going to rehab. Now, I told him this knowing full well that I still very much had a desire to drink and was going to again. But again, I was trying to get people off my back. So when I did drink again, I sort of just played the game of, oh, I called someplace today, or I might go here. They're checking on it. And finally, I called the place and they said, you know what, I can have somebody to pick you up tomorrow, the next day. And that's what they did. And I told my husband I'm only going to be gone for 30 days. I'm not going to miss my birthday. I'm not going to miss my son's birthday. I'm not going to miss the holidays. I'm going to go and I'll see you in a couple weeks. And I ended up going to a detox facility first. And while I was there, is when I just decided, like, I really want some comfort in my life. I'm scared. I'm really scared at this point. If I go back, or if I can't go back, if I don't make any changes, I have nothing.
What were
So
you scared of?
I was scared of losing my family. At that point, my perspective was still very much on sort of outside things, even my loved ones who are very close to me and I value. It was still very much trying to cater to other things. And so I was scared of not having a home to go back to. I would be on the streets. Like, where would I go? Um, Scared of, if I didn't have that, I wouldn't be able to do anything for myself. Like, I need this. And in some respect, that's true. Like, I have built a family that I depend on and they depend on me. And so not having that would have been a significant hurdle to move forward without. But nonetheless, I just decided at that point, first of all, I finally was at peace a little bit. I finally was able to just take a breath, like, hey, I'm here. I'm gonna be here for a little bit. Like, relax, enjoy it. I had been living in chaos. And so even though it was sad to be away from home, and I'm sure they were sad not having me, it was still not chaotic for them and not chaotic for me, which was the first sense of ease that we had both had in a really long time. And so that's when I had decided I'm going to just sit back. I'm not going to put a timeline on what I'm doing. I am going to take this time out just for myself. And as you'll get to know me a little bit more, there's all sorts of revelations and shifts in perspective I had later on. But nonetheless, that was finally when I decided to make the change, because I had taken the first real relaxing deep breath I had in a long time and decided, you know what, I want more of this.